Hi, I'm Megan from Lofty View Farm. I was just going to give you some more tips on starting seeds. We're starting onion sets right now, and we actually own a certified organic farm in New Hampshire. So I'm gonna show you some stuff on the back of seed packets and also how we start our onions. A lot of people don't know that how you handle the soil when you're starting seeds is actually very important. So anyways, I wanted to start out with showing you what type of soil I use. I really like this black and gold. It's certified OMRI, which means that it is organic. It's just really nice and soft and light. It's very light when I pick it up. So I prefer this, especially with peppers and tomatoes that are such small seeds, or eggplant, any of those things. You should start your seeds in like moist soil. You should pour your soil into like a big tub, and then warm water because we're starting seeds and it's cold out. And anyways, you should add water to your soil when you're starting your seeds. It allows you to not have to water them right away, and it provides a consistent amount of water to your germinating seeds. And the way to tell that you have the right consistency and not too wet is that you can make a ball like this. See, there's still water in it. I can squeeze it out. So we're starting some onion seeds today and other seeds. We're in New Hampshire, so our zone is 3B. We have to start our onions and peppers and eggplant very early around here just because we have such a short growing season. I just wanted to go over what my mom and I do. We like to reuse containers. So this is just a normal like lettuce container that we've reused and washed out really well. These containers don't have drainage, unlike our normal seed starting containers. These are our normal seed starting containers that have drainage. So another thing that we are using to plant with are egg cartons. So my mom poked holes in the bottom of these. This is actually separated. She cut it in half. She poked holes in this section on the bottom, and then she also just plopped them in the top section of the egg carton. So those work great as little seedling trays. I'm very impressed with her ingenuity.
They're shallow, so they're not meant for all different types.
Yeah, so leeks and onions would be good for something like this because it's a really shallow, for like the root system. It's very shallow. But anyways, I absolutely love that type of stuff. We also use yogurt containers sometimes, kind of anything. But we have normal seed starting containers also. She's planting Cortland onions, and it says 105 days to maturity. There's 50 seeds per packet. As you can see, they're very, very small. We decided to start onions this year this way because normally when you buy starts in the store, they are like $25 for like 25 of them. The little green onion starts, which are the ones that you want to use if you're looking to have onions instead of like onion greens. The green onions come from the bulbs, and to actually have the onion starts, to have onions like whole onions like this, you need the greens. So this is a much cheaper option if you're able to start them. So we're starting these, and we took a popsicle stick, made a little line in our containers, and they're 1/4 inch deep, as you can see. It's actually nice that they're silver.
I know,
they're easy to see.
The one thing they have to be really careful of why you do it in rows instead of broadcasting is because if the damping off does start in your seedling patch, what's going to happen is it'll take over everything really quickly. Other than if it's in the rows, what will happen is it'll start in one area and you can immediately take that out.
For dampening off.
Right.
Yep. So you always want to watch for dampening off. We'll try and show you what that looks like. We tend to use popsicle sticks to just say what the variety is. So we do You can do it however you want to, but like lines, and then you can do the popsicle sticks to tell you what varieties you have.
And the date
that you started them, which we haven't written on these yet. So normally you write them on the top.
No, it's right there.
Oh,
Hey, 2:15.
yeah. So she wrote it right there. Plant them, and then you go over the seed, and you just put a little bit of soil over each of the seeds. It's actually very hard to video.
It is. It's very calming to do, right?
Very calming.
And I think one of the things people have to be careful of is not to plant their seeds too deep.
I think that's why a lot of people don't have seeds that come up, is because they plant them way too deep.
Yeah, it's
so don't have
amazing.
your toddler help you with small seeds like this. There's much bigger seeds, so like depending on the depth, but definitely look at the back of your seed packet, which is said 1/4 of an inch deep. But you just want to lightly cover them like that. So we're gonna plant some jalapenos. We already made the label and also put the date on it so that we know when they were planted. These are organic from Botanical Interests. As you can see, it says on the back, when starting inside, 8 to 12 weeks. Anyways, so these are what the seeds look like. They're really small, so I poked very shallow holes. They're just literally the like pad of my finger. And because we're trying to plant lots of these, I'm just gonna put 2 little seeds in each. This can be time consuming, but you get pretty fast. And so that one got a few extra. I'll pick those out. Some of them get 3, which is fine. What you do is you thin out your seedlings later on. So whatever seedling looks short and healthy, you pick out the one that doesn't look as nice, and you just pluck it out. So you only have one plant growing, especially when it comes to like peppers and tomatoes. This tray is 128 cells, so it's a really tight tray. There's a lot of little holes, and it's just because we grow a lot of plants for sale. Otherwise, you probably would get a larger. And when I'm planting these, I try and just keep them within certain rows. So I like to plant them. I got a few in this by accident. I like to plant them in a row so that you don't get your seeds mixed up. So I try and make them last that long. So just pluck that out. So I know that I have these 3 rows. I'm probably going to grab another just so I know where to start the sweet banana. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows that are completely jalapeno, which you can see. And then the next one's going to be the sweet banana. And I just take very shallow. These are very, very shallow. And I just take extra soil and I cover up the individual cells. And it's not hard, very gentle and light, just enough so that they're covered. Might snag some extra soil from up here. Because if you're, especially with peppers, if your seeds are covered up too much or they're too deep, they will not germinate and they won't come up and you won't have plants. So that's how I do that. Thank you. So Mom's planting eggplants right now, eggplant seeds, I like eggplants. And these are all of our pepper plants. We have 4 trays of pepper plants. So 128 times 4 is what we currently planted. And then I will probably have a whole tray of eggplants. Just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. And we always keep all the labels on one side like this so you can stack them while they're germinating, just because you can put them all in a warm spot and they're really tight together.